A warm welcome to all the ladies and the gentlemen for removing time from your busy schedules and coming to this event here. It will definitely be quite enriching and enlightening for all of you. The next 45 minutes to 1 hour will definitely bring some change in the way we think about our life. So, the one who is going to bring some change in our life, let us put some light on her career and her personal life and growth. Leena Gupta. She is a Penguin author, transformational life coach, senior faculty for the art of living for over 23 years, a spiritual guide to A-listers and Fortune 500 CEOs, and also a former Miss India America. Leena has trained over 25,000 people spanning 25 countries over 2 decades.
Leena has worked with Bollywood celebrities and several Fortune 500 companies. Also major Indian corporates like Adobe, Barclays, Jindal Steel, IBM, etc. Shravu Balaji, etc. Name a few. She found early success, but life shifted drastically after she was diagnosed with vitiligo, a condition that challenges society's beauty norms. At the same time, a difficult marriage took a toll on her emotional well-being, pushing her to the edge of despair. And yet, she emerged stronger, not just surviving, but thriving. She recently released her book, Anchor Within, Life Lessons and Techniques for Inner Confidence, Resilience, and Happiness. Let us all extend a warm welcome to this dynamic and resilient achiever, Leena Gupta, as she joins us.
Thank you so much. What a nice welcome. Thank you, first of all, to Sejal for inviting me to Antwerp. I was just coming to visit her.
Nobody know me like Sejal. Pinku.
Pinku? Oh, okay. I thought I was going to be formal and proper, but okay. So, thank you to Pinku and then, of course, the ladies community here. I'm very, very grateful to be with all of you. I was really looking forward to meeting the community here. And first thing I want to say is that I haven't. Is this better for you guys? Yeah. The first thing I want to say is that I'm really grateful. I have not come here to teach you anything, so don't listen to them. I have not come here to teach you anything. There's a lot of wisdom in the room, and there's a lot of achievement in the room. What I have come here to do is just share things that have improved my life, impressed upon me, and made me a better person. Okay? So is that okay if I share a little bit? Yeah? Okay. So, as you know, the topic is change and uncertainty, right? How many of us are going through dynamic change in the recent past? Oh, hello gentlemen, sorry, we're not excluding you. So, how many of us have experienced change in the recent past? I mean, weeks. How many of us are going through some change or the other, personally or professionally? Anybody? So please raise your hand. Yeah, we need to be a community here. Super. The interesting thing is that when change is good, we love it, but the mindset is very fixed. We want, we are creatures of habit. We want to know what's happening. We like certainty. And when the mindset is rigid and we want it a certain way, even to move an inch hurts. It hurts emotionally, it hurts psychologically, and physically as well. We get symptoms. When we are not comfortable, you'll feel it, right? Body will ache. You say nothing's wrong, but my body's absorbing that, right? So today in this dynamic, ever-changing world, what is happening? What are some of the things we are experiencing? What are some of the things we're experiencing? Have you heard about Harvard? The institution where people have spent their entire lives training their kids and giving them the best education to come to Harvard. They do everything possible, take the biggest loans, and then the kids are, 40% of them are asked to leave. Who could have ever thought this could happen? Who could have ever thought that the world, the geopolitical situation would be in such dire straits with the tariffs going, multiple tariffs changing. Every day you wake up and you think, oh, is this going to affect my business? Is Donald Trump going to affect my business? Is the world situation and crisis going to affect my family? What about my children? Are they going to be able to adjust? A lot of us are going through that change, dynamic change. Earlier, there was some certainty. People stayed in the same jobs. They maintained what they had. They could plan for retirement. But today, people are moving, right? We've had people moving from Antwerp, from the Jula community, right? So many people moving, and then the children adjusting again to a new culture, whether it's India or another country. Another psyche that they have to adjust to, another culture, and for you also, complete change. So now how is it that we can manage this change better? The point is the world is changing, but now faster. See, AI has come in and it has replaced so many human jobs, right? Nobody knows who's going to be sacked. Though digital AI and all of this has helped us, it's made life faster, sometimes more efficient. What has it also done for us? What has it done for the kids and us? Created more depression and aggression and very little attention span. Basically today, people say that the Gen Z has a attention span of 30 seconds. So you parents better say what you need to in 30 seconds and then out the door, because they're not listening. They're on their phone, on their gadgets. So this is something that we have to manage. How is it that the top executives, the top CEOs, and the best business leaders manage change? They become the best change agents. How do you think they do that? I want you to participate. How do you think people manage change very well? Meditation. Okay. Acceptance. Okay. Do you accept? Do you accept your own family members? Strangers is very easy to accept. You can accept me on the stage chattering, but right? When it comes to your kids, your spouse, your business colleagues, it's hard. So now that the world is changing at such a fast pace, कैसे हम दिमाग को बचाएंगे, emotions को बचाएंगे? How are we going to salvage those emotions? Keep them calm. See, the whole world, our conditioning has been from childhood to look outward, to get outer validation. बाहर के लोग हमें approval देंगे, validation देंगे, permission देंगे. That's what we want to do. We always want to fit in. So today, for instance, Bingo asked me, if you wear this dress, you will look like the Antwerp ladies. If you wear this jacket, you will look different. I said, I just want to be me, and today I will wear a jacket. So the question is, the mind is asking, do I want to blend in, fit in, be accepted, be approved of? This is the conditioning we've had since we were children. And this is especially there for women, much more. So we can ask somebody to just keep it down there. So what I saying is that deep conditioning is there for looking perfect, being perfect, having the perfect credentials, accumulating the right degrees, getting the right house, having the right amount of children. If anything changes from that, we think we have failed. Yes or no? I see a lot of people nodding. We feel somewhere we have failed if our children don't succeed, if they don't get the A+. How will we be valued if our kids are not doing well, or if I haven't got the promotion, or I haven't bought those bags, or whatever you value. The value system has to change, that's one. Second is, how do you control change? Can you control it? Can you control change? Anybody? Maybe? Yes? No? No, absolutely not. What we can do is become better change agents. We can become more change adaptive. How do we do that? How do we do that? How do we become more resilient? But how do we adapt? Gyan हमको सबने दिया है. Wisdom we get from everywhere. But who has given us tools to make that change? People say, okay, you need to change, you need to adjust, you need to be able to pivot to new directions, you need to be able to be happy. Come on, don't be sad, be happy. Okay, but tell me how? We missed those lessons in school. So we got math, we got science, we got, philosophy and anthropology, and I got all that as well. But who told me that when I was a girl at 20 living in the US and growing up there with that culture and And suddenly it was announced to me that I have to travel to India and stay and be there in my new family. It was a shock to the system. There was no parents, no family, no friends, no safety net, zero. So as successful as I was as a child, as I was achieving academically, extracurricular, I was getting awards for dancing, for a magazine, everything. Okay, then Miss India America happened. That also didn't happen. That happened, came to me. I was dancing, someone saw me. So the point is so much achievement. We think that is success. When I came to India, I was zero. I was crushed because I had no emotional stability. I had no tools or wisdom to handle myself, my mind. So my mind got stuck with the past. Oh, that was my beautiful past. But I was not present. No tools. So I said, I've achieved so much in my life. I've had so much success, but I've failed. I can't manage. So that is when I realized that the basic education that we need, we have not got. We need to know, and my dadi said this to me, my grandmother. She was visiting me in the US and she said, Beta, kya seekha school mein? What have you learned in school? And I proudly said, Dadi, we had French today and science and this and that. And she said, what about the mind? Did they teach you anything about the mind? I said, no. I said, why is she asking me this? Did they teach you anything about your emotions? How to handle it if you fail? If you fall? I said, no. Said, that's what you need. How will you be resilient in life? How will you bounce back if something, if you have a setback? And I said, I don't know. I thought I was doing really well, but these are the life lessons we miss. So after 20 years of teaching in the art of living, and also I have my own life coaching company, I work with corporates. I said, you know what, my corporate clients started telling me, please document these things. My daughter's friends started saying, you know what you're saying, document it. The techniques you're giving, document it. So then I came up with this book, Anchor Within, Life Lessons and Techniques for Inner Confidence, Inner Resilience, and Inner Happiness. Because the outer world is constantly changing. Opinions are constantly changing. Other people, how they value you, constantly changing. If we are going to be linking our identity and our value to other people's opinions, we're going to be a yo-yo. Complete yo-yo. When they praise you, you fly. When they criticize you, you crash. So I have many techniques in my book. So I said I don't want to give just wisdom. I need to give techniques, solid techniques. So you all are wearing a rubber band here? I've asked you to wear a rubber band. Yes, all of you are wearing rubber bands? Yay! Now how about the men? Do we have extra rubber bands? Super. Let's give it to them as well. Why don't you join us here? Please come. Thank you. See, lovely. So see, he's a change agent, ready to adapt. That's what I like. Please join us. Thank you. That's lovely. Thank you. Okay, so everybody has a rubber band. Show me your rubber bands. Wear it on your wrist. I'm wearing. Wear it on your wrist. Okay. All right. Now, one of the reasons we are not able to change or adapt or accept is that we are not in the present moment. The mind is oscillating between the past and the future. Past and the future. If I ask you right now, how much percent of your mind goes to the past in the day? Give me a serious number, like 20%, 30%. Tell me, someone raise your hand. How much? Yeah. 50%. Okay, that's honest. Anybody else? 20%. Okay. 35. How about, okay, so past, when the mind goes to the past, that's connected to regret and anger and glorification. Oh, those good old days, or why did he say this to me? I don't deserve that. We're stuck there. Now, mind also runs to the future. What happens when your mind runs to the future? Anxious and worried. So how much of your mind runs to the future? What percentage? Come on. 45? Come on. Will I get the parking? will my kids be okay? 90%. That is the root cause of anxiety. So one of the reasons we can't accept life is because mind hai nahi either. We are not in the present moment, and that's the quality of your life. If your life is 20% in the present moment, my dear friends, that's the quality of your life. The rest is zero because it's emotional turbulence and anxiety. So that's one thing we have to know. So now I want you to take this rubber band, make it your best friend. So somebody addressing a jeweler community before in India. So someone said to me, oh, you know what, we should make diamond encrusted rubber bands. I said, now leave the rubber band alone. Some things should be just simple the way they are. Usme bhi diamonds like, okay, you said you do it and give it to me. Alright, so every time your mind goes to the past, I want you to, yeah, don't say ouch now, you didn't do it yet. Okay, every time the mind goes to the past, come on, pull the rubber band nicely, yeah, and snap it. You feel a little ping on your wrist? That is sending your brain messages to the neurotransmitters to stop, to cut it out, to be in the present moment. Now, every time the mind goes to the future, oh, mere bachche ka kya hoga, khane ka kya hoga, what about my meal, what about my food, what about my parking? I don't know, everything that hasn't come alive yet, we are worrying about. So let's take the rubber band. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Take the rubber band, put your hand up, and stretch it a little more. Ouch. Ouch. Yes, you should feel the ouch because you are robbing yourself of a beautiful quality life in the present moment. Yes or no? Yes. Absolutely. Because that is one of the main culprits is not being present. Because when you're present, what can you do? I can change my direction. If this doesn't work, I can change. I can pivot and change. If I want to reassess my thoughts, I can think and say, okay, this is working, this is not working. I can also, the best CEOs, what do? They are able to self-refer. They are in a crisis situation, there is no, oh, I'll come back to you, let me think. There's nothing like that. Crisis situation, you have to be able to quickly go inside, self-refer, and say, okay, this aligns with my goals, this does not align with my goals. Boundaries happen to people who are very clear, people who are very much in the present moment. Gentleman in the jacket, I have lost you. Did you go to the past or the future? Did you? I'm listening to you, I'm meditating and listening to you. So, did the mind, okay, so that's okay. I gave you a rubber band so that, you know, you can catch yourself. It's the, people are calling it the ouch technique. Okay, so the present moment allows you change, clarity of thought, balanced perspective, because you come back into the moment, you pause and you say, oh, that was not so good, maybe I should do better. But if you're in the future, gone. Past, gone. That's one thing. Second technique. You like the rubber band technique?
Yes.
Don't tell your husband and wife, now I learned this technique, now I'm putting a rubber band on both your wrists and I'm going to snap it for you. Don't kill him. It's only for you. Because when you change, the environment changes. Nobody will change for you. Okay? If you are inspiring, people will change. If you're pushy, you repel people. Correct? Second technique. The book is filled with techniques, because I believe in techniques. 80-20 trash can rule. Can you all say that with me? 80-20 trash can rule. Okay. Now you have to make a trash can on your head. Go ahead, make a trash can on. Yeah. Carry a trash can. Yeah. On your forehead, not your nose. Okay, so now keep it there, keep it there, keep it there. Now, every time some situation goes wrong, according to you, 80% you know that life is going well. We are blessed. I have a roof, I have a car, I have food, I have this, I have that, kids, everything. 20% can we leave room for chaos? Only 20%. For conflict, for confusion. Can we do that? And you dump it in that garbage can. Yes? Just dump it in there and say, I'm good. Now, if someone criticizes you, makes a comment, oh, ये तो बिल्कुल खराब काम किया आपने, or this doesn't work, you know, or even your own voice, when you say, oh, I'm not good enough, not smart enough, not tall enough, not pretty enough, not inspiring enough, you take that 20% and dump it into that garbage can. You dump it because 20% you have to allow yourself the grace for confusion, chaos, conflict, all kinds of things to happen. And just like you make mistakes, people also make mistakes. So can we be more gracious and say, you know, this is my well-wisher. Okay, maybe today she's having a bad day. Maybe she's just had too much to do. So in fact, I feel that one should not ask, how are you? One should ask, where are you at? Then the other person should say, 40%. Then I know I have to do 60. And if someone says 80, I being funny about it, but the point is 80-20 can keep us happy and allow for dynamic change because the life is changing. And unless we anchor within, unless we go inside and rest for a little while, we will always be thrown around by outer storms. So in my book, I teach you step by step how to anchor into yourself. Very for everyone, not for someone advanced or something. How to come into yourself, how to relax, and how to navigate from that inner wealth. You know, it's easier said than done. But techniques and practice, small techniques like this, very small, very. You think the 80-20 technique is good? Yeah? Make some noise. Yes? No? You're allowed to say no. Yeah? Okay, so now what I want you to do is, you're going to talk to your neighbor, and you're going to tell your neighbor, the time that you allowed 20% for chaos or anything to happen, what was your state of mind? How did you do it? Just tell your neighbor right now. Go ahead, right now. Speak to your neighbor. आप अपने neighbor से बात करिए और जब आप change कर सके, वो 20% आपने allow किया, तो क्या state of mind था? What made the difference? How could you do it? नहीं, but कैसे किया? Tell me. When you were able to. State of mind. When you were able to. Okay, anybody want to share? Anybody want to share? When you could do it, when you were able to accept that change, कैसे किया? Okay, so let's come back. All right. So, would you say that when you were able to let go, drop it in the garbage can, that okay, never mind, maybe they had a bad day, maybe I have done something to co-create this. What was your state of mind? No, when you were able to change, when you were able to pivot and go to a new direction, what was your state of mind?
You're calm.
Calm, clear, positive, and energized. The day you have slept well, you have eaten right food, not like processed or, overtaxing. When you have high energy levels, that is the secret. And I'm confessing the secret to you. When you have high energy levels, we are very change adaptive. When you have low energy levels, you've not slept, you're overworked, you're running around like a headless chicken, you can't think. That is when we're the least change adaptive. Would you agree? Energy high रहती है तो हम बदल सकते हैं, हम मुड़ सकते हैं. नहीं तो लगता है कि नहीं, it has to be my way, because we don't have that elastic capability, right? We want it our way. The more rigid your mindset, the harder it is to accept change. The more flexible you are, because we cannot control everything. Everything is anyway happening. Can you control the rain or the sun? No, you have to accept it and you work around it. So we work with what we have. We throw the 20% garbage into the can and we say 80% is damn good. I'm going to be happy. And what I can control, great. What I can't control, I will become more capable. Okay? I was vacationing with my daughter. Okay? So, and after many years we're vacationing together. There's a gap. So now we had to readjust to each one's timing. Okay, so she wanted to leave the hotel at 1 o'clock. I'm used to leaving at like 9, 10, let's go. So now I have to tell myself, 80-20. Shut up. So I went and read my book, I did some work. I had to teach myself to work around it, or we will bicker. And sometimes I did tell her that, okay, come on. But other times I said, no, this is life. If it's not her, it will be somebody else. How do I manage this crazy mind, this monkey mind? How do I bring it to the present moment, rubber band, and breath work? How many of you do breathing exercises here? Wow. So you know what I'm talking about. When you're doing the breath work, it grounds you. Breath is directly connected to the mind. Direct link to the mind and emotions. So when I'm angry, my breath is going to be shallow, my body is going to be warm, and the breath is going to be very fast. Okay? But when I'm calm and I'm taking long, deep breaths, the mind will settle, it influences the state of mind, and the body cools down. If I'm in fear, If I'm at night in my store and somebody breaks in and there's fear, the breath changes, yes? The breathing changes. It's connected to the mind. So once I know that, once I accept that, okay, my breath is telling me that I'm feeling fearful, you calm down. The minute you recognize something, it calms down. And then you take the right action. And you take the right appropriate action. Is it making sense? Yes. Yeah? Did you want to ask any questions, Jyoti? Would you like to ask anything? You want me to talk about my personal story of change?
Just to adapt to our.
Take the mic, please.
I'll just ask you. Since today's topic is how to adapt to change, our diamond market is the most changing market right now. There's a lot of movement happening here. People are stressed. So in this time of professional stress, it trickles down into your personal life. So how to handle that for men and women both?
For human beings, right? Why men and women? Human beings. Yeah, so first thing is to look after yourself. You wear the oxygen mask first. First, you spend half an hour with yourself every morning and relax your mind and body. You make yourself capable to be elastic so that when things happen, you can see more clearly so that you're not rattled with your emotions in the past or mind going to the future. Right? Aisha, the mind is going to the future or the past? The baby. The baby. Yes. Okay, so that's fine. Just be aware. That's all. It's okay if it does. You just catch it. Okay, I lost that fight. You're not gonna get this time back. Right? And it's okay if it goes, but just become aware of it. So this is what I'm saying. In the morning, spend 20, 30 minutes, do your exercise, do some breathing. Breathing connects you back to your source. Trust me, there is no happiness out there. I mean, diamonds galore, we have to work, right? But this has to work for us. The emotions have to work for us. Then everything else is prosperous. If you're stressed, you're taking the stress home. The quality of life goes down. It's in the garbage. So first you look after yourself. There are breathing exercises I've given in the book. Would you like to try one? Should we try something? Yeah. Everybody knows Along Below? Yeah, so let's alternate nostril breathing now. Okay, so I'm going to do something else. If you know alternate nostril breathing, do you guys know alternate? Okay. Would you like to do that or a different technique? Breathing. Okay, so let's do a breath work that I do in the book, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I'll guide you. Okay, let's put everything down. Phones, chashma, your glasses, just drop it. We don't need that. Your best friend is you, not your phone. Yeah? Okay, so now uncross your legs so that the prana flows throughout the body. Okay, now what I want you to do is just close your eyes. Close your eyes. Be with yourself. Take your attention to your breath. And take a normal breath in. And breathe out. Another normal breath in. And breathe out. This time when you breathe in, I'll count to 4. So breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And relax the breath. Then breathe in again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And hold the breath. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let go. Breathing in. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Relax your breath. And again, breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And relax. Very gentle smile on your face. Gently and slowly open your eyes. And now see how is the state of mind. Who was with me 100%? And was your mind wandering? It was with the breath. How did that feel? Present moment. And in the present moment, there is no sadness or anxiety. There is just happiness. It's the only time you can feel joy and happiness. And how to preserve joy and happiness? Anybody have the answer to this? How do you preserve and maintain your joy and happiness? Let me see. Who can answer this? Yes?
If you make others happy, you will get
Arre Vah. So the idea is you can't keep happiness with you. It will not stay like water. When you know how to share yourself, you make other people happy. Their happiness and blessings touch you and you have a smile on your face. The place to be happy is here. The time to be happy is now. The place to be happy is here. The way to be happy is to make someone happy and we have a little heaven right here. Right? Isn't that true? The recipe for, yeah, please clap. The recipe for depression is what? What about me? What about me? You want a Pharaoh mala? Pharaoh that. You want a japo that? What about me? What about me? That's the recipe for depression. My Guruji, Shishi Ravi Shankarji says that so beautifully. Whole day think about yourself. Definitely you will fall into depression. So, this is a genuine case. I heard my friend passed away and I had a talk. Very difficult. Okay, the World Trade Center passed away when they fell. And this is my school friend. And I was in shambles and crying and I just, this was long back, right? So then suddenly the words of my mentor echoed in my head. When you're feeling low, create a revolution inside yourself. Go and do something for someone else. Go inspire them. Go make their heart happy. Make their life expand in some small way. And I said, I kept hearing his words that, come on, you have to share yourself. I went, I gave the talk, got a standing ovation. I mean, because I was able to hear those words and say, it's not about me. Even my friend Rajesh would have liked me to, he was also a jeweler's son, he would have liked me to make my, this big speech that I had to do. All I'm saying is everything is possible when you have your control of your inner self, when you're in touch with your inner self. By the way, industries profit. Industries profit by keeping you small and insecure. Look at the beauty, pharma, all these industries, fashion, they make you feel insecure unless you're with the latest trends. The last season is over, not good enough, come on, fix yourself. This is a hoax, don't fall for it. You are made beautiful because the creator is perfect and the creator made you. There is no mistake, you're only a miracle, you're not a mistake. So understand that conditioning has happened to profit people, to keep you small and to keep you in the herd and buying things and doing things, whatever, just because that depletes our energy, right? So connecting to yourself is the way. Now I don't want to take more time. If you have any questions, then I'd love to answer questions, and if you have time for meditation, I'll take you through a 10-minute meditation. But any questions? Please, if you have any questions, please ask. Don't feel shy. It's okay. We've already said ouch together. Yes.
You said that don't be in past, don't be in future, like snapping thing. But when we are in future, isn't it like we are planning, it's more disciplined? So I'm confused whether to be in future is that discipline or whether to not think about future and just live the way it is.
Absolutely good question. Okay, so this is the difference. We can be goal-oriented, we can make our plans, but not goal-obsessed. Do you understand? When you're driving a car and you're looking at the rear view mirror and driving forward but looking in the rear view, you're gonna get into an accident. So make your plans, be aware and say, for the next 10 minutes, half an hour, I'm making my plans. Make your plans. But only saying, I have to get to Bruges, I have to get to Bruges, I have to get to Bruges, I have to get to... You're gonna forget to fill the gas, you're gonna forget to... So many things, right? So it's okay to make plans. Be goal-oriented. not goal obsessed. There's a difference. Got it? It's clear? Yeah. Thank you for asking. Clap, come on, clap. Can you pass the mic? No, I can't hear you then.
How do you delete the past sadness, which is really kicking you in your heart each and every time, and make your present happy? This is really.
I hear you. Yes, I hear you. Each one of us has had heartbreak, heartache. That's how we know we've loved. Okay, the contrast helps us see what we had. And I hear you. And the only way that has worked for me, and it's scientifically proven, is that meditation deletes thoughts, impressions, everything that's stored in your cell on a cellular level. I do the Sudarshan Kriya. It cleans like the laundry, cleans the mind, okay? That's one thing. Second thing is meditation deletes old impressions. So I may have new worries, but my old stuff, clear. But not in one day, daily practice, daily practice. You send your kids to school to culture their minds, you have to culture your nervous system. You have to practice every single day. And meditation is scientifically the vagus nerve, okay? The vagus nerve is tapped when you are meditating, and what it does is it releases hormones that make you feel safe. Your inner safety, the chemicals create inner safety. And look, loss is loss, pain is pain. Pain is not always bad, it makes you appreciate things, but yes, pain is hard. So in the book I talk about it. I talk about how to deal with pain. But understand that nothing is constant. I mean, today, kids with 30, 40 years old are having cardiac arrests. I mean, they're just dropping. No physical issues, no health problems, and they're just dropping. Why? Lifestyle, so many things it could be. But for pain and memory, trust me, brother, I am telling you, for me, meditation, silence courses with meditation, being with myself, befriending myself, understanding myself, and being with the wise. So in the book I introduce 3P approach. One is philosophy, ancient wisdom, which is, the truths of life, that we're going to die. Okay, makes you embrace life, that everything is changing, makes you stay anchored within, because everything outside will perish and die, will fade and die. Then the psychology. So 1P is philosophy, the 2nd P is psychology. We need to teach our children a little bit of human nature. What are the tendencies of the mind? The mind clings to the negative. Whatever we resist persists. We need to teach our children. We don't know also. We went to school. We don't know these things. Who taught us how to handle our emotions, how to handle our mind? Did any teacher teach you that? No. Basic education. So, psychology, we need to know human behavior. Why we do what we do. Why do we chase outdoor things? Why do we find everything boring that's here? And, why is the mind such a flirting mind, right? And last P is practicality. You have wisdom, you have psychology, but you have to know how to apply it. Without application, all of that goes out the window when you have a crisis, correct? When you have a difficult situation, koi gyan nahi rehta, koi knowledge nahi rehta, nothing stays with you. What stays with you is your practice, is your breath. Your breath tells you, oh, I'm getting anxious, oh, I'm getting angry, oh, and then you can calm yourself down. That's the only way. You have a reference point when you go inside every single day and practice your meditation, pranayam, whatever you want to do. When you do that, you get a reference point. And what do I mean by reference point? I know that I like this, I don't like this. These are my negotiables, these are my non-negotiables. These are my, this is what aligns with my goals, this does not align with my goals. These are what, you got to get to know yourself. You have to have children spending time alone, doing nothing. We were taught alone is a punishment. Go to the corner and stand there. My Montessori teacher would say, go away from your friends, go stand there alone in the corner. So I thought alone was punishment, right? But alone is not punishment. Aloneness is necessary in today's world because we're losing connection. Forget about with people, with our own selves. There's no connection, and when there's no connection, there's panic, right? The connection has to be deeper. What do you feel? Yes? And honestly, meditation. It has the scientific proof that it deletes impressions. And surround yourself with people who are happy and wise. Happy and wise. Happy and wise. Does that make sense? Because you are the sum total of the company. No doubt about it. Scientifically proven over and over. Anybody else have a question? You're thinking in your head, but you're not saying it. I can feel it. I mean, I feel it. Pucho. Yeah. Aisha, can you pass this mic?
So, as we're talking about change in today's world where everything is changing, like you said that the kids do not have 30 seconds focus. Forget kids, I think we also don't have that focus. And plus the adaptability with the time that is changing. I'm not just talking about, let's say, Jyoti was talking about diamond market, but cryptocurrency, AI, this, that, etc., etc. And you want to go, you want to reach somewhere, you want to do somewhere, but everything is not possible. It's not possible to reach. And then you're in a dilemma, what to do, what next. So how, I know you told meditation, I understand that. Also the breath work, of course. How do you align yourself?
Align or be more resilient?
Be more resilient and you align so that you teach your kids and the people around also to be resilient.
How much time do you spend with yourself daily?
I spend a lot of time with myself.
By yourself? I don't mean putting away the dishes or cleaning up, I mean by yourself, doing nothing.
I do spend a lot of time.
So do you know yourself well? Would you say you
Yes,
know yourself
I do.
well? Then you have to check. If something happens around you and you have to check, am I aligned, am I not aligned? Does it agree with my standards and values or does it not agree with my standards and values?
Yeah.
You should know it like this. Because sometimes life doesn't give you too much time, but you should know yourself well enough. And then your kids don't need you to tell them. They will do as you do. Kids learn by vibes, osmosis. They don't learn by preaching and teaching and telling. You have to show them, right? Because what my daughter, for example, when I was teaching when she was 6 years old, teaching meditation courses and art of living and different things. And she would watch, and I never once told her, I want you to do the same thing. I want you to sit for a course. I want you to meditate. Never. Because I believe that if I've given her the right seed, the right seed has to go in. When it wants to germinate and flower, it will. I never forced her. And now, as a 31-year-old, she's meditating, she's breathing. I mean, she's breathing anyway, but she's doing pranayama and meditation because she sees the transformation in me. Hence, showing, not telling, being, not doing, and not preaching. The kids learn. Maybe not now, but 10 years later, they have memory, they have cellular memory. They know that at the core of them that this is what my parents were doing. You're their pillars. No matter what they're doing right now, deep in their heart, you are their pillars. And you're the first gurus in their life, right? So, yeah, I understand what you're saying. Resilience comes from high energy levels, clarity of goals. If I had more time, I would make you do radical mission statement, which makes you very clear about your goals. Like for instance, let me just give you an example. Right now, everybody, paying attention? Everybody? Your life in 1 week is going to end. You have to believe me. In 1 week, life will end. I bet you, if you believe me, all your priorities come into a very straight line, and there's not 20,000 things in that line. It is very few things and they're straight in the line. Yes or no? Yes. And then I help you in 4 different areas: home, profession, social, 4 different areas. What about this? What about this? What about this? What about this? So you look at your life holistically and then you have to have action steps. Okay, now if I'm saying I want to spend more time with family, what does that mean? What are your action steps? Quality time. What does that mean? No gadgets. What does that mean? Being close to my parents. What does that mean? I mean, dig. That radical mission statement makes you dig so deep. Itni clarity aa jati hai. You know yourself like this. So when anything happens, you check with yourself and you say, am I aligned? Am I not aligned? Is this comfortable? Not comfortable. Am I veering from my path? Why am I obsessing unnecessarily? That's only going to happen if you're present. If you're not present, then the mind is on its own trip. Always. So to be more resilient, increase your energy levels. The best way to increase your energy levels is pranayama, meditation, etc. But yes, food, sleep. Sleep is huge. Sleep is one of the ways to cleanse the mind. Do you know, the brain is like a washing machine. It secretes fluids that cleanse it of the plaque, of the residue. You need restful sleep. I told someone you need to sleep well, and they said, yeah, I'm sleeping 12 to 6. I'm doing good. I said, my friend, your best hormones and recovery of every single organ starts at 10 o'clock. 10 to 2 is your recovery time. So even if you sleep 12 to 6, not that great. Because your gallbladder, then your liver, then it's a sequence. 10 to 2, highest, most amazing hormones, chemicals you need to rejuvenate the body, the mind, the heart. Otherwise, you're stressing yourself. And what do you do when stress happens? Cortisol increases. Cortisol increases, everything goes for a toss. All the organs go for a toss. You're agitated, you're aging, you're everything. So, look after yourself, guys. It's the one of you. I mean, if God was bored, He'd make 7 people the same, right? There would be a clone of you 7 times. He's made one. Your God, higher force, call it what you want. You are one of a kind, a masterpiece. Not a mistake, but a miracle, a masterpiece. And you're perfect the way you are. Get in touch with yourself, romance yourself, and spend time with yourself. Trust me, you know yourself, everything else falls into place. Why? Because you have boundaries, you have standards, and you stick to them. Right? And then people learn how to be with you. Yeah? I hope that helped. So, again, open for questions, because I'll hand the mic to you. Please ask. Any questions?
She wants to do it. Sure. When you have Jill, how did it change your life? Like, Shiv, they won't hear you.
How did it change your life, like this, the meditation or whatever the change and everything? So how did
Good question. Good question. Thank you. Look, it changed me on many levels. Not just meditation, wisdom, understanding the truths of life, really understanding psychology and practicality, practicing all those things, putting it together. How it helped me is, when I was a kid, everything was outside, right? Outside validation, outside achievement gave me confidence. But it didn't nurture my inner child. So when I started meditating, I started turning inward and meeting myself and being with myself. And my mentor helped me, right? You need some kind of a teacher to help you, right? A guide. And I had a lovely one who, she took me under his wings and mentored me directly, personally, etc. And then I had to practice. A teacher can only do so much, right? You have to practice. So how it transformed me is, look, I grew up, and at the age of 17, I was Miss India America, and then at 17, again, I had a Bollywood offer for acting with Salman in Maine Pyar Kiya. And my parents took me for the audition because the way the family asked, the Barjatias asked my parents was so nice, and they're from our community and everything. So I went, and then I got the role, and my parents said no. So they took me to the candy store, but no candy. I said, just one film, and they said, it was a no. But the thing is that I was a happy-go-lucky child. Point I'm making here is that we women, especially, are told that we are valued because of our appearance, to be perfect, to be nice, to talk but not too much, to smile but not too much, to look pretty but not seductive. But there's a very, very fine line of being perfect, right? And then I got something called vitiligo. I have 3 autoimmune issues due to a lot of stress and anxiety in my past, which I learned to overcome. But as a result, I have vitiligo. And vitiligo is what? What is it? The breaking of the uniformity of the skin, the melanin. The melanin stops. And for a woman who has been praised and admired and everything for the looks and the complexion, I had to deal with, can you see the color? Yeah. So I had to deal with the second color. And it changing the whole thing. So initially I said, oh, am I desirable? Oh, because everything was from the outside. Oh, how will I look? How will I wear? What will I do? First hands, then face, then body. And it was really an opportunity for me, a gift for me to re-evaluate the meaning of beauty, the meaning of inner radiance. I had to go deep within myself to know I'm not skin deep, I'm soul deep. I'm not just the body, I'm not just my mind, I'm not just my emotions, I'm so much deeper than that. And that is what wisdom did for me. That is what spirituality did for me. It made me think from a very broad perspective and look at myself from a very broad angle. That who am I in the universe? I'm nobody and I'm somebody. I'm a speck of a speck of a speck in the whole cosmos. And yet I am somebody. I'm a mother, I'm this. Look at all the beautiful things. So I have learned to see the glass half full, not half empty. It's just not my nature now. It's changed. So that transformation has happened in a big way for me. That's one. Second is I think more compassionate. I do seva. I think every child should do some service work. You know, because we are so blessed. The communities we come from, we're so blessed that we need to teach our children how to make other people happy as well. And that in turn fills them up, because no other gadgets, no other decoration in life will fill the soul, will make you feel full. And my dad's a jeweler too, the Gurunagara jeweler family in New York. But the transformation has been just, honestly, 10 days ago my father said, oh my God, you have changed so much. And maybe I was amazing, maybe I was terrible, I don't know. But he's saying the change that I've seen in you, because now I just don't dwell on the negative. I just say, okay, yes, next. In my book, I give this other technique. Yes, next. Change agents are saying, okay, yes, this is what's happened. This is inevitable. This is the present moment. Now what? Now what do I have to do? So for me, there are bad days, there are good days, but I don't stay there. I don't stay there, because I remind myself how blessed I am. I remind myself I have my breath to go deep into myself and feel so beautiful, and then the world looks beautiful to me. I think of every day as a blessing and a clear slate. How can I do this better? And when I go to my corporates and my large companies that I speak to, bankers, IT people, there's so much stress and they make mistakes. You will make more mistakes when you're stressed. When you're more calm and clear, you will take better risks. You will take more calculated risks. When you're stressed, you will take a risk and again be very anxious. But when you are more steady, you take better risks, right? So that the transformation on many levels, but I'm just a happier person. I don't know much, but I know how to keep myself happy. And I know how to, be of service to other people, and I'm nicer to my parents. I'm more compassionate. Now I talk about their achievements. I don't talk about, you didn't do this right and you didn't. No. We need to take responsibility for this first. Everybody else is off the hook. You need to look after yourself first. So I take full responsibility, and thank you so much for having me here. I'm really, really overjoyed to be here with you. And I hope I can say hi to everyone. Thank you again to the committee and to Pinku. And thank you, gentlemen, for sparing your time and coming here. Thank you for being here. Yes. Thank you. If a few of you will stay back, I'll just get a little video feedback, if you don't mind.